Monday, starting with morning run with my sister. Alright, gonna head to the studio, but before we go there, I gotta do my supplement stack. And I honestly don't take too many supplements because once you take one, you kind of always have to take it. I'd rather just get most of it from food. But I do take one supplement, which is omega-3, and specifically this one with high EPA. The EPA is important on this because high EPA, there's a study with about like 1 gram of EPA helping with mood regulation and resilience against depression. So every time I take fish oil consistently with high EPA, I've generally noticed my mood better and I feel better. So this is the one supplement that I do take. So, and I learned that from a Huberman episode talking about like fat loss and or mood regulation. I'll try to link below. All right, just finished our stand-up talking about what we want to work on this week. This entire week is tempo focused. We have our other apps, GoPolar, Sunseek, and Posture AI, which we're not going to touch unless it's a P1, priority 1 issue. We'll get the whole team, Dre, myself, and Ravi focused on tempo. And this entire week is execution against the sprint. And so I think of it as the pre-sprint, getting a lot of the architecture mapped out. So I messed up my rotator cuff a couple weeks ago, never rehabbed it, and the pains just lingered because I wasn't intentional about fixing it. So now I just talked to chat, explained what was going on, circled the areas of pain, identified perfect exercises to do. So I'm gonna be super intentional for the next 3 weeks doing mobility work and strengthening my rotator cuff. All right. Studio was cool. Everyone was heads down. Those are kind of my favorite days. Everyone just like working away. Hamal dropped by earlier today. Annalisa heads down. Dre heads down. Fod was here earlier, heads down. Brandon beside me heads down. Yusuf also heads down. 535, just everyone's heads down. All right, guys. So we talked about the sprint, which is going to happen next week. Slight change of plans. I want to do it in person. I think it'll be super important that we're all in the same room. Ravi, I know you're in India, so we're gonna actually fly to Sri Lanka, do a sprint for 2 weeks to build out tempo.
Huh? Why?
Why Sri Lanka? A couple reasons. Ravi lives in India, and initially I tried to get him to come to Canada, but the visa would take 30 business days, which is just too long. I checked for me and Dre to go to India, and it's very rainy and it's monsoon season. And then Sri Lanka works, it's closer to Ravi. One, I'm Sri Lankan, where my ancestors are from, so imagine the creative uplift I'm going to get by being connected to that. Also, it's a very cost-effective trip. We'd never as a team been together in the same room working on the same thing, and I'm big on in-person creativity. I flew out to the mountains of Sri Lanka with one goal in mind, to build out my new health app, Tempo. Here we got co-founder Dre working on the healthspan algorithm.
Hey!
The assassin Ravi working on a secret ingredient that I can't talk about yet.
Nice to meet you.
We also have a Russian secret weapon, Mikhail Mukminov, working on our LLM health insights.
Hello, everybody. Приятно познакомиться.
V1 public test flight should be shipped by the end of this sprint. If that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description or on screen and put your email in and you'll get on the wait list. Link down below. All right, about to have breakfast. Omega-3, banana, and a cup of water. And then we'll go on a quick 5K run. Past couple of days have been quite dull and cloudy, which is why I got this Lux lamp. 10,000 lux lamp. Honestly, game changer, even in the summer on the cloudy days. All right, just finished up a 3 or 4 hour working sesh on the Tempo landing page. Turns out it's a lot harder than you might think to come up with words for a landing page that are short and concise. But I went through about 2 versions of the website that went with a more storytelling format, which I think resonates better, and I just like reading it because it tells a way better story. And so I'll give you a little preview of what that looks like. There's the Tempo icon up there, and then a little story of what the product is, and then you can sign up for the waitlist and test flight. There's also a nice little Easter egg. If you hover over the logo here, you get a nice little breathwork experience. Goes along with the theme of tempo, you're alive, you want to live well. I'm really liking that. Back here in Richmond Hill, meeting the chief centenarian officer of the wellness company, doing a little 4 or 5 day check-in since we gave him the ring to track his wearable. So just gonna go and check if everything is syncing properly, battery level, give it a charge. It's the first check-in. Let's see what the data shows. How do you like the ring?
It's good.
How does it feel on your finger?
No.
Alright, that's gonna wrap up this video. Next week we're in Sri Lanka. If you want to follow along the journey, it'll be fun. We'll be in a new environment, building a product. Also click the link for the Tempo website, jointempo.app, and you'll get added to the test flight whenever it's ready. Alright, next week we go to Sri Lanka. I noticed a lot of older women walking the streets, working in the farmland. That's impressive because we're at 5,700 feet plus of elevation. As I'm on my run, I'm thinking it would be cool to interview one of these people. So I came back home and